Hello and welcome to the Kuribros, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime recap podcast. My name's Phoenix, and return the slab, or face my terrible curse. Joining me, my co-host, waiting to hear what his offer is, it's Andy. How you doing, Andy?
What's your offer? I love Courage the Cowardly. I think the guy, voice actor who played Eustace actually died, unfortunately. I mean, he was probably old as hell. What's your offer?
Oh my god. I looked up Eustace's voice actor. The photo for him is in black and white.
Oh no. Oh no. He's definitely dead.
There were two voice actors for him, Lionel Wilson and Arthur Anderson. And that one died in 2003, Lionel Wilson.
That must have been one of the second one.
And Arthur Anderson died in 2016.
That's probably the one that I heard of when everyone was like, oh my god, Eustace is dead. That episode, in general, everyone I talk to says it's easily one of the scariest parts of their childhood. The Return to Slab episode. I think I skipped it whenever it would come on when I was younger, because that fucking lady thing, or whatever the hell it was, creepy.
It was a mummy.
Was it a mummy? I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was the curse of the pharaoh, and they took his slab, and he wanted it back.
Wow, it sounds a lot like what we're talking about today, a little bit.
Yeah, and what we're talking about today is Yu-Gi-Oh! 2004, the movie, Pyramid of Light. Rearrange those words as you see fit to get the name proper.
Yeah, we're in our traditional 2-episode break of in between seasons, and we're kind of getting ready to do a season and a half of filler. So we might as well enjoy the fun while it lasted. And what better way to do that is do the in between stuff that goes in between those arcs, which I guess the first one for us would be Pyramid of Light, which was the first real full-length Yu-Gi-Oh movie to come out, which was a pretty big deal back in the day. I mean, how many times, like, other than Pokemon, how many other anime movies were getting such a big release like Yu-Gi-Oh did, where it's like had the cards, it had like full line, like I can't imagine there were many other times back in like 2004 where anime movies were really like filling up movie theaters like they kind of are more now.
I can't think of any series that were doing it like Pokemon was, because Pokemon did like one a year, and Yu-Gi-Oh had the one. Dark Side Dimensions probably got like some Fathom Events release thing, because I don't think we watched in theaters.
No, but I think we fell off.
But Dragon Ball had their movies, but I don't think that Dragon Ball was like super popular in English-speaking places and got like those releases. But we've gone to like Fathom Events shows, Dragon Ball kicking ass, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that was like more nowadays.
We're not sponsored by Fathom Events, by the way.
We're not sponsored by anyone, but you can if you like. We'd like money.
We're sponsored by My Ass. That's right. My ass helped make this show.
I mean, that's very true, actually. Anyway, shit, now I lost my train of thought. Talking about those events, I mean, that's when anime was starting to get a little more popular, get a little more traction. But back then, I feels like it was only like Pokemon, like the first movie, and all those subsequent films afterwards, and then like Studio Ghibli films. Those were like probably the big anime things. I mean, I know Spirited Away won an Oscar and everything, but this was probably like one of the bigger ones to do it, at the time at least.
Yeah, it was certainly a big deal for us.
Yeah, we got cool cards.
Yeah.
We went to the movie
bad
theater.
Cards.
I mean, yeah, every card in those sets are basically unplayable, especially even now. Even with like Blue Eyes being a meta deck to have, no one's playing Shining Dragon.
No, and I'm gonna burst your bubble there. No one's playing Blue Eyes either.
I thought you said people were playing Blue Eyes.
Oh, they play it. It's just not meta or good.
Wah. I thought they were at least trying to keep one deck alive, and it had to have been Blue Eyes. Everyone loves Blue Eyes.
Oh, they're trying. They're absolutely trying. It's just not succeeding.
How do you not succeed? Just make cards that are better than the meta.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
For the Blue Eyes, no? Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Yeah, but this is pretty cool. It's like, when was the last time you think you saw this movie?
Oh, it must have been like not long after like the first time I saw it.
Really?
I remember like bits from this, but like there are details I like completely forgot happened.
No, I remember this one so clearly. I had it on DVD, and I have it on DVD right now. Like, I have the same disc I had when I was probably like 9 or 10, and I watched that movie so often at some like one point in my life when Yu-Gi-Oh was like absolutely huge for me. I like watching all the animes, playing the card games. I was watching that movie constantly. So I remember quite a bit about the movie, and I was actually really excited to sit down and watch this, even though, oh boy, kind of going back and watching this as we're older now, there's a lot of stuff that's, I mean, it's pretty typical wrong, but there's still stuff that I have criticisms with.
Oh yeah, it's far from perfect, but I appreciate what they were doing, and I kind of enjoyed watching it.
Oh, I loved watching it. I mean, the thing about this movie is it is for the fans. It's definitely not and this is where one of my problems lie. It's not a movie like you can probably show someone who does not know Yu-Gi-Oh or wants to get into the anime. You can't really show them this and have them go, okay, I want to watch the rest of the anime now, because one, it's smack dab in the middle of like after one of the biggest arcs of the series, but also it's just really like kind of there's so much lore that happens that you kind of either need to know about or at least understand to kind of at least feel somewhat connected by it.
Yeah.
But other than that, we'll kind of just summarize the movie, kind of tell you what it is, and then we'll kind of go more deeper into our thoughts and feelings and anything like that. So do you want to do that?
Sure, I'll do a quick little recap of what the fuck happened in 2004 Pyramid of Light, the movie Yu-Gi-Oh! This is going to be quick.
Very quick.
The movie. Fuck. The movie. We're going to the movies, everybody.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yugi.
The movie opens with alternating shots showing when Yugi first put the puzzle together and showing a dig site in Egypt, where the titular Pyramid of Light is uncovered, and the villain Anubis is also found in a sarcophagus with a jackal head, for obvious Anubis reasons. The mummy Anubis inside the sarcophagus is monologuing to no one about how he wants to kill the King of Light and the Pharaoh of Darkness and bring about the King of Destruction. And in my subtitles, like, they alternate a lot, like King of Light, Pharaoh of Light, King of Darkness, Pharaoh of Darkness.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Did you know that this movie was made for the American audiences first? Like, this was made for the American audiences, came out in America first, and then came out in Japan afterwards?
That's weird.
Yeah, I think it's kind of so what I learned was Warner Brothers wanted to capitalize on the like Pokemon hype that they're having, because they were the ones, because 4Kids is under Warner Brothers, and they saw how popular that was, so they wanted to try and capitalize on that with Yu-Gi-Oh! So they like commissioned Studio Gallop to kind of like with Capsule Monsters, 4Kids did with Capsule Monsters. They commissioned Studio Gallop to animate it. One of the director of this movie actually went on to direct, I think he was a series director for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and they had to release the Japan a month later because I think they had to add more to it. So I think you actually have 13 or some odd minutes more footage, and it kind of like fixes all the, like changing like Taya to Anzu, or Joey to Jonucci, and any type of like sound effects or things of that nature. Maybe next time you come over, we'll have to watch the English version so you can see the differences.
I don't think the differences will be that significant, because while I was looking for a subtitled version of it to watch at my local official video distributor, my local official video distributor also had like a montage of like, here's everything that was cut out between the two, and a lot of it is just like shot shortening.
Oh, really?
I guess trying to get into like an 1.5 hour time slot.
Interesting. Anyway, that's kind of like why different things happen, or things might seem a little different.
Neat. Congrats to that guy for, if it was the person who got moved to be directing GX, because I love GX. Anubis causes an earthquake and kills a bunch of people at the dig site. Don't know why. Kind of a dick move.
Killed all those people.
This is going to be weirder in the future, because Anubis will still be unearthed and moved.
Oh shoot! I didn't even think about that.
Down the tomb he was in.
I did not even think about that. Holy fuck!
Yeah. We get a montage of Yugi's big wins shown on screens all over the world, with duelists all watching who want to take a shot at him. We also see some familiar faces in the background with no voice lines like Rex Raptor, Weevil Underwood, and of course, my favorite, My Valentine.
Woo! My mention, my spotted. This movie's now 10 out of 10.
I did think about going without including this because it is like a 3-second shot, but I have a bit to keep going.
It's like me and the Tristan bit.
Yeah. Kaiba's running some simulation duels against the Pharaoh of like himself versus Pharaoh with all 3 Egyptian god cards in his deck, and he keeps seeing them lose. So he goes off to see Pegasus to get an edge because he's like, surely the guy who made the god cards made a card to stop the god cards, which Pegasus did, so he's right. Kind of.
I mean, so this is one of the more confusing aspects that we have to talk about later.
Do you want to talk about it now, or?
Nah, we can talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off.
Kaiba takes off in the blue. Kaiba still has the blue-eyes white jet because we just saw that in the series, so they had to put it in the movie.
Well, yeah, you have to. It's the Blue Eyes White Jet. So cool.
Yeah. He goes to see Pegasus, who is a funny guy and super alive after nothing bad happening to him. Pegasus has been having nightmares about the Pyramid of Light trapping the Egyptian gods. For some reason, he's having Millennium nightmares despite not having a Millennium item anymore.
It's lingering in his Millennium brain.
Oh. Pegasus and Kaiba banter back and forth for a bit. They duel. Kaiba wins. We do get to see some new Toon monsters during the duel.
I don't even think really Kaiba should have won that duel. If we're being honest.
Pegasus did play card effects wrong, but I think Kaiba still won it.
Well, Kaiba plays the XYZ Dragon cannon and destroys Toon World.
Yes. So Pegasus has a bunch of Toon monsters out in Toon World. Kaiba destroys Toon World, which when it leaves the field, all the Toon monsters are destroyed. And then the XYZ Dragon Cannon does have enough attack points to finish Pegasus off after that.
But how does he destroy Toon World?
He used the XYZ Dragon Cannon's effect.
He had an effect to do that?
Yeah, if you discard a card, it can destroy a card on the field.
Okay, so he played it fairly. I was like, wait, I feel like he failed. I think he just attacked the Toon World.
Pegasus, however, did cheat because he played Cost Down on one of his turns, which they treated Cost Down as a continuous spell that lowers the levels of all the monsters in his hand by 2, when it should have just done it for one monster.
There's a few of these misplays in this, or like retellings or redoings of cards that don't make a lot of sense, and this is where I learned. This is why I looked up the whole like Warner Bros. Things, because I was like, wait, why is there like an American writer doing the screenplay? Turns out that's why.
After Kaiba beats Pegasus, he goes to his little briefcase of goodies and takes 2 cards and says, yes, these will both help me defeat Yugi. And Pegasus is like, but I only made 1. Kaiba boy, no. And then Kaiba leaves.
But Kaiba boy, I only made 1. Shut your fucking trap.
Shut your mouth, you mediocre duelist.
Shut your mouth, you one-eyed fuck. What are you, a Cyclops?
Meanwhile, rando duelists are waiting outside of Yugi's school to challenge him, and Joey stalls him for a bit. We just get to see Joey being in dueling, like, stills and shots for a bit.
He didn't do like any. There wasn't like actually any duels that happened, because like
we don't see any
sequences.
Full duels, but we see him like an opponent attacks him with Injection Fairy Lily. He summons like Guilford the Lightning, and it's just like padding.
It's nice to see Joey duel and also see Guilford the Lightning. It's really bold of all these duelists to think they can take on Yugi.
Yeah. Joey does the thing where he's like, I'm sure this in the dub, he calls himself the Godfather of games.
Yeah, the Godfather of games, capisce? He says that.
Yeah, in the sub,
exactly
he calls himself
like
like Battle City, like top 4 instead of that, which not as funny, but he is right. And he's like, if you guys can't beat me, then you don't stand a chance against Yugi. And Joey does beat them all, but then after distracting the crowd for a bit, the crowd sees Yugi in the background and then just ignore the terms of this challenge and run over Joey to get at Yugi.
I know, it's like they kind of just gave up. They're like, no, wait, we can still beat Yugi, even though he is better than this guy. We've gotten our ass kicked by this guy. It's kind of really cocky on their parts, but they'll never succeed. They'll never be the king of games that way.
Yeah, Yugi and Tay are hiding from the random duelist, and they go to the Domino City Museum, which only good things have ever happened in. And while they're there, they see a new exhibit about the Pyramid of Light.
Ooh.
And while they're there, they find Grandpa, who had read a newspaper article about the Pyramid of Light.
Ooh.
Anyway, so they go around to the displays. They see these little tablets showing the 3 Egyptian god cards, like how they were on the main stone slab that shows the pharaoh dueling the priest Seto, but they're like contained inside of triangle. There is the titular Pyramid of Light, which was, I guess, recovered from the earthquake cave-in, and there's the sarcophagus holding the mummy of Anubis. Then the mummy gets up.
Wait. What?
Yeah, the mummy, like, magic whammies Taya, Yugi, and Grandpa when they're all, like, looking at his coffin. So while they're distracted by flashbacks of things that aren't happening or real, the mummy gets up, breaks out of his sarcophagus, steals the Pyramid of Light, and then we never see it again.
Did it actually, like, get up and, like, break out in your version?
Yeah, like, it broke itself out.
You physically saw that happen, or like you saw it physically do that?
We saw that the aftermath of it had happened. Like, bright light happens, magic visions.
He sees
Afterwards,
visions,
the case has been broken open and stuff is missing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it is like mine. I was just like, what the fuck? Hang on. That's different.
Yeah, it would have been cool if the mummy just gets up and decks Grandpa.
He's got to go to the hospital again.
Well, speaking of going to the hospital, Yugi tells Taya to take Grandpa home. She will not end up doing this.
No, she will not. He will come with.
Yeah. Yugi runs off to go do something, like super vague about it. He's like, I have to go find something to be sure, but doesn't say what. And he runs out of the museum and finds Mokuba.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Who is like, yeah. Mokuba's like, hey, my brother wants to duel you, and he says to bring the god cards. Also, Kaiba's being super weird and stuff, so I'm a little worried about that, but I'm also like 8, so we're not going to dwell on it.
He's always acting weird at some points, especially when he wants to duel Yugi.
Yeah. I guess Yugi has Mokuba like take him home to get his cards, because Joey and Tristan are walking along after getting run over, and they see Mokuba taking Yugi away in the Kaiba Corp limousine from Grandpa's game shop.
Yeah, they said in the they say the dub is like, you have to come home and get your duel disc and come with me. Kaiba wants to duel you, kind of thing.
Weird. Anyway, they go to the Kaiba Land duel arena, where on the way up to it, Pharaoh and Yugi have a talk. They're like, yeah, this is some weird shit that's happening right now, and we could try talking sense into Kaiba about it until we figure this out, but it's Kaiba, so that won't work, so I guess we have to duel.
Yeah, that's kind of what they say in the dub, too. They're just kind of like worried about what this whole prophecy with Anubis means, and like how strange that like Kaiba wants to duel, and after all that happens and the visions happen, and especially with the fact that Kaiba was in the vision and furry Anubis like attacked him.
Oh yeah, I didn't describe the vision actually. After getting hit by the magic sarcophagus of Here's the Prophecy, little Yugi sees the Pharaoh defeated by Kaiba in a duel, and then Kaiba is grabbed around the skull by a 9-foot dog head man.
While he's cheating, while he's speaking in tongues, and I think the Pyramid of Light and the Millennium Puzzle are like colliding.
Yeah, they're like floating in like space for some reason.
For whatever cool movie shots. I mean, this movie does look really good for everything Yu-Gi-Oh like has animated so far.
Yeah, looks good.
Especially when you see like the TV show shots in the beginning of Yugi's victories, and you like see the staunch difference between the two.
Yeah. Anyway, Pharaoh and Kaiba start to duel. The card Pyramid of Light is played, which turns the game into a shadow game, which is figured out later, and also banishes the Egyptian god cards. Little Yugi, Joey, and Tristan all have their souls pulled inside of the Pyramid of Light, and during the duel, it's figured out that the more pain the duelists feel, the stronger Anubis gets, and that the pain is being used to like refuel his mummy body, turning him from beef jerky into a beef cake.
That's very literally.
At some point, Pegasus shows up to try and stop the duel. Grandpa and Taya also show up, and Taya's soul like jumps into the pyramid to try and get like a friendship squad moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she like comes in, has like a glowing light around her. She's like, the friendship will always win. And Anubis is like, nope, and stops that. Like basically turns her normal. And then she does. I have in my notes is like this. It's like Taya friendship support activate. Taya magic friendship destroyed. Taya action double spin kick.
Yeah, while she's like, all right, so inside the Pyramid of Light, it looks like the inner world of the Millennium Puzzle, except like gray and drab.
Mm-hmm.
And little Yugi at one point finds a room which has Anubis' sarcophagus in it and a whole bunch of other sarcophagi, which open up and a bunch of mummies come out and like chase him away. And then at some point, him, Joey, and Tristan go back to that room, which is where we have this moment where Taya joins them. And like Andy said, Taya does like a falling spin kick and decapitates two of the mummies. And the squad's like, oh, right. They're hundreds of years old. We could just punch through them.
And then Tristan tries to and fails.
Yeah, he like kicks into one and gets his foot stuck.
He's like, oh. I was like, yeah, you couldn't finish the job, you dumb bitch.
Anyway, Anubis has enough power to manifest and does so in the real world, appearing behind Kaiba as a 9-foot-tall naked man. Horrifying. Then he uses the powers of darkness to manifest some pants for himself, which I appreciate, and takes Kaiba's place in the duel.
Yeah, he just basically knocks Kaiba out.
He does grab him by the head and throw him to the side.
He does truly do that, and yet Kaiba holds his arm most of the entire time.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, that's anime. That's just anime.
I guess he landed on it weird.
No matter where you're hurt, you're holding your arm. Vegeta's famous for that.
Oh yeah.
The reason it was done, I remember was because Kaiba was fighting Anubis' thoughts. It's kind of insinuated that Anubis is like in Kaiba's head, influencing his thoughts in one way or another. And he's trying to. His strategy is basically destroy the god cards, get Blue Eye Shining Dragon on the field, use Blue Eye Shining Dragon's effect to destroy the Pyramid of Light, return from a different dimension to return all banished monsters to his side of the field, which would be all the god cards he banished with Pyramid of Light, and then kill Yugi, which would have worked if Anubis didn't have a big old hard-on for his Pyramid of Light. Ooh.
Yeah. Kaiba does hear visions hears Anubis talking to him about like destroy the Pharaoh of Darkness and all that. Kaiba tries to destroy the Pyramid of Light card, which doesn't work because Anubis' actual Pyramid of Light is protecting it, and this continues to be a problem for a bit, which we'll get to the fix for that in a hot second. I do appreciate that Anubis duels like the old Shadow games we saw, where they like tablets pop up and monsters appear without like saying words about what they're doing, where like he just holds up cards and then his monsters appear. I did
like clock that in this watch, and that was one of the things I really did appreciate too, it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Inside the Pyramid of Light, Yugi throws a knife he finds.
It's like a knife of fate. It's kind of like they established it when they were reading off the sarcophagus or whatever at the beginning, and Yugi remembers Grandpa talking about that. So he digs for that knife. He clocks the knife when he's looking at the mummy.
There is nothing about a knife of fate in the sub.
Oh, buddy.
He just looks inside Anubis' sarcophagus, finds a knife, and then throws it at like the shrine behind his sarcophagus.
No, they set that up in the beginning when they're in the museum. There's like a knife that Anubis is holding, and it's like a knife of fate or something, and that's what is used to beat him.
Fucking weird.
Well, I figured some of the translations would be different.
Yeah. Anyway, the shrine inside the Pyramid of Light has been broken, so now the Pharaoh is able to destroy the actual card in the real world. Pharaoh does some stuff that lets him play Kaiba's cards, which summons back all the Egyptian gods to his side, and they all Voltron stack together, like Slifer and Ra like put themselves on Obelisk's hands, and then he does Big Punch.
I think they did that in that's how he wins in against Barak, I thought. Wasn't it? Or not like that's the full one, but wasn't it like he had Obelisk and then he had
Well, Obelisk and Slifer did like the wraparound headlock on Ra, but this is like that bit in Thriller Bark where the Straw Hats all stack on top of each other to get taller.
Yeah, it would have worked if Robin didn't think it was the lamest thing ever.
Her pride as a human being wouldn't let her do it.
It's true, but it's fair. I love Robin.
Anyway, Anubis is incinerated, and the Pyramid of Light shatters, but the little red iris ball from its Millennium Eye design part on it, not the actual Millennium Eye, just rolls around for a bit before it manifests some dark energy as a sludge monster dog hybrid thing like pours out of it.
It's like a mixture of like what is the one dinosaur that's got like that shell back with the spikes on it?
Ankylosaur?
Might be. I don't know. I don't know my dinosaurs as well as a lot of people do. And it's like a mixture of that and an Anubis head, and it just gets spikier as it grows stronger, and it starts standing and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. This thing is also Anubis, so after dying, he's back, because fuck it, why not? He plays some cards from the Aether, which obliterates all of Yugi and Kaiba's cards from just by blasting them out of their duel discs, which I guess is a problem. I don't really know.
But that
Joey
doesn't make
summons
sense.
some actual monsters to help him fight off the monster Anubis. Pegasus summons some tunes to help like hold off rubble because the duel arena is falling, and everyone who isn't Yugi and Kaiba escape from the scene. At this point, Anubis is now turned into a bipedal dragon dog spike thing. Kaiba hands Yugi the Blue Eye Shining Dragon card, which he makes manifest and then uses it to melt Anubis, destroys the little orb of evil, and the movie ends.
And there was lava like that was coming out, and I'm pretty sure they weren't on the first floor.
Oh yeah, there's when the gods are attacking Anubis, like lava starts breaking through the floor for some reason. I don't fucking know, man.
Because Yugi came up in an elevator.
Yeah.
Like he went up. It's not like he was on the ground floor.
Oh, you don't know about the state-of-the-art Kaiba Corporation brand lava dispersal system?
When things go wrong, that's what happens. It's just for cool. Well, I mean, let's talk about Mr. Normal Kaiba and his dramatics and all of this. Like his entrance going in before the duel, like the light show.
Yeah, and when he's like walking out, there's like laser lights and like holograms of different duel monsters coming up like on his sides. It's like a entourage, and it's very Kaiba of him.
It was extremely Kaiba of him, but yeah, there was that, and then so Anubis is dead again.
Yep, Anubis is back to being super dead and sent to Shadow Game Hell, I guess.
He had a very funny thing. He said the ad libs and the lines that they had for the English dub are as fantastic as they are in the series. He goes, as he's growing into his whatever monster, he's like, "It is no longer time to duel. Now it is time to die." Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's a hell of a movie. There's some, like, when naked Anubis appears behind Kaiba, like, his clothes and the Pyramid of Light, like, manifest through his skin.
Yeah.
Which
it's
is
like
a thing a lot of Millennium items do.
Yeah, that's a pretty big staple if you're an evil sorcerer Millennium user. It's interesting that there is a Pyramid of Light, and it looks completely different from anything else the Millennium items look like.
I think it's very funny that when they first see the Pyramid of Light in the museum, Taya or Maximo's like, "Oh, why is it upside down?" And Grandpa's like, "No, actually, Yugi's the one that's weird and has an upside down pyramid. That's the right
true.
shape."
They did it right, that one. He's confused.
Yeah, you can set that one down on a flat surface and it's fine.
But that's the movie. It's like an hour and a half long. It's pretty standard anime movie of something that doesn't really pertain to the overall story usually, but like it's a fun little movie that you can go see with your favorite anime, and then they fight a one-off villain, and then you go home with cool cards and a fun little experience, which is like most anime movies that are like made based on TV series nowadays. So they go into like two different ways. It's like either you'll go like some ways where it's just like you retell story arcs or parts of the actual anime, or you just do these one-off things like most Dragon Ball movies. My Hero Academia movies have been doing it a lot. One Piece movies do it a lot. And this. What you reading?
I'm reading the effects of the different Sphinx monsters that were played by Anubis, and just seeing all the parts where they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, we're doing whatever. We don't care to be right or not."
I mean, the Pyramid of Light is completely the wrong card.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The actual Pyramid of Light is like, pay life points in increments of 1,000, and then for as long as this card's on the field, your opponent can't attack with monsters who have less attack power than the amount you paid for it.
So 1,000?
Well, you pay life points in increments of 1,000, so like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
So the longer it's on the field.
So if I paid
more...
like 7,000 life points, my opponent would have to attack with a 7,001 attack point monster.
Stupid.
Very.
That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid.
I'm also contemplating saying something awful for the sake of getting some rise out of our audience.
Well, if you say it, just say it. If you don't, if I think it's too bad, I'll just edit it out.
Sphinx Telea. Wood.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Even after he ate Wadapon and you saw what that mouth do?
I will boldly go where no man has gone before. Do not mourn for me. I am where I want to be.
Oh my fucking god. Wadapon doesn't even get killed. Wadapon gets killed by the fucking lion-looking one. I love Wadapon. That one was cool. That was one of the cards I got in my card pack. I remember I got that in Blue Eye Shining Dragon, and I think the Andros Sphinx.
I know I got all 3 of the Sphinxes. I just don't remember how.
I know I have all 3 of the Sphinxes. I know I have Wadapon. I know I have Blue Eye Shining Dragon. But I was so mad about Blue Eye Shining Dragon because I never had a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, so I could never summon it.
Yeah, you got to tribute a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to summon Shining Dragon, which there's a little... That's as much as detail we're going to get into the actual nitty-gritty of the card game that they played. This is a fun movie. We're not here to care about the rules.
The only rules I care about that I wrote down are Slifer gave piercing damage, which I don't think he does.
No.
It did when it killed, it attacked that one dragon monster that Kaiba had when it was first summoned.
Oh, Rare Metal Dragon.
Yeah, I also had that card, I'm pretty sure.
Well, Rare Metal was in attack mode.
It was a defense one, I thought.
No, it was attack mode, because in defense mode, I'm pretty sure Rare Metal has, like, ass defense stat.
Ass defense stat. Well, okay, so that doesn't... So then that's fine.
You know, I think Kaiba may have actually won this duel if he didn't try to use, like, the Pyramid of Light.
No, we would have lost, probably.
Well, he also, like... Alright, I said I wasn't going to talk about the duel. We're talking about the duel. So in the first turn, Kaiba summons Familiar Knight. On Yugi's turn, he summons Queen's Knight and destroys it. When Familiar Knight is destroyed, both players can special summon a level 4 monster from their hand. Kaiba summons Rare Metal Dragon. Yugi summons King's Knight, which brings out Jack's Knight. On Kaiba's turn, he does nothing and full passes because he wants Yugi to summon one of the Egyptian gods. So he needs 3 monsters. If he attacks, he won't have it. But Rare Metal is stronger than all 3 of those knights, and he did nothing.
Wow, he fucked up.
Yeah.
He fucked up?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah. What a digital dummy.
I don't know if there's anything else. I'm seeing. I'm looking at all my shit. I think there's something where it's like Kaiba. Ejection Fairy Lily. Does Ejection Fairy Lily attack on the first turn?
Yeah, it does. That's against the rules.
That was against the rules. Oh yeah, that was the movie. Do you want to kind of give your thoughts on it or anything, or?
I enjoyed it. I think it's fun. There were a lot of time, or not a lot of times, but there were moments where I'm watching this where I'm seeing other things that are going to be done in the future, whether in another movie or just in the series, where I thought I was like, oh, is that where you got the idea for that? Like, is it spoilers to talk about what happens in the Orichalcos arc?
I don't know. They'll probably forget. We'll be talking about Orichalcos for a while, so probably depending on where it is, people probably either forget.
We're gonna get there in 2 episodes, so I'm just gonna talk about what the similarity I see is, which is when Kaiba activates the Pyramid of Light, it like walls off their duel arena and turns into like a pseudo shadow game, which I think operates similarly to the Seal of Orichalcos, walling off the duel and making it so that whoever loses dies.
Oh, that's not really a spoiler though. That's like literally game 1, or that's like episode 1, and that's
why I'm fine with talking about it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Also some other stuff with like a new, like another villain from like ancient Egypt who has a grudge against the pharaoh. That's a thing that's going to come up again later.
I wonder how. There's like a few of these. That's like kind of like that's staple
most of
villain.
Them, really.
I was gonna say that's like the staple villain of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like that's Merrick in a way, or at least like evil Merrick. That's kind of Darts in a way.
Yeah, I guess. And the reference of it being a Yu-Gi-Oh
Bakura,
movie, which there are 2 other Bakura, which there are 2 other Yu-Gi-Oh movies. Surprisingly, there's only 2 other Yu-Gi-Oh movies, but we'll get to the cool one before too long.
Yeah, some probably in the next year or so, if depending on how our timeline goes.
Yeah, it's not terribly far off. I've got everything scheduled out.
Yeah, the what was it? Bonds of Time or whatever that one is. That one's like in the future, but it's not really dealing
Bonds
with
Beyond Time.
That's like that's not really
That's
like
after
dealing with
5Ds.
I know.
That is far in the future.
But I think the Dark Side Dimension is kind of the same movie. In a way, so it's like Kaiba's obsessed with dueling Yugi, for different motivations, albeit. I think is somewhat influenced by. I mean, I could be wrong here, but like there is like an ancient Egyptian sorcerer who wants to like kill Yugi or kill the pharaoh or kill whoever, and kind of uses the duel that like is set up throughout the movie to interrupt that and do that.
Yeah,
it's like very loosely that, and probably done, and obviously is done better, but feels like that's the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out later.
Yeah, it's like poetry. It rhymes, or it's the exact same damn thing.
Do you want to know the trailers that I was watching before the movie started?
Yeah, sure.
Kangaroo Jack. Not even the live action, an animated spin-off movie.
Oh, Kangaroo Jack 2. Jack's back.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So the third one.
Oh.
And the note I wrote was Kangaroo Jack anime movie and third Harry Potter movie trailer with old man emojis, and then I went, oh man, and Polar Express, Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow. Tom Hanks. They said he couldn't do a bad movie.
I'm not a fan of Polar Express, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad movie.
No, it's just, why did we make a movie about this? It's a book about Train, what that goes to see Santa.
How can you do an 2-hour-long movie about that?
Well, we'll show you. Unfortunately.
Because
next episode, we're talking about the Polar Express.
Dear God, no. I do not want to watch that movie.
Give me $2,000 and I will make Andy and I watch the Polar Express. I'll watch the sub. He'll watch the dub.
Watch the Japanese sub. Someone give us $2,000 and we will do that, actually. Honestly, we would actually do that. We're fucking chills.
All right, for $2,000, I'll do a lot.
The DVD menu was pretty fucking cheap, too. It was just a slideshow of official art from the movie. And some of it wasn't even official art from the movie. Like
unofficial
Pegasus.
Art from the movie?
No, well, I mean, it was official art from the series itself. Like Pegasus was not Pegasus in the movie. It was Pegasus from Duelist Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
But it was kind of like maybe edited a little bit to look kind of like Pegasus from the movie.
I do like that the Pegasus in this movie had like his neckerchief was like black and he had more dark in his colors than white.
I liked a lot of the character design and art design that went into this movie. Like I was in like a little I want to say duller colors, but darker colors. But I think it all worked really well. I think like everyone was drawn real well, and I can kind of see how this guy got. I'm pretty sure he became series director for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I mean Yu-Gi-Oh! GX for the most part looks pretty good. Do you have anything else you want to say about the movie, or do you want me to kind of go to mine?
Nah, it's fun. It's just a little bit of more Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, this is definitely a movie for the people. What I said was, I said Godzilla screech because kind of fucking Blue Eye Shining Dragon like screech at the end. Did you have a cool soundtrack?
The soundtrack was a lot of music from Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime.
So we got like the dub got its whole like rock soundtrack. Like kind of think of how the Duelist Kingdom like songs the Duel by soundtrack. It's basically that, but way better. It was kind of a banger.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
Oh, we should listen to that someday. Not like on stream or whatever, but like it fucking rules. I think I had it when I was a kid. I'm always one card short. I'm only one day late. Fucking sick. So what I said was kind of like my overall little thoughts were, I said something along the lines of, this movie is for the fans, but it's kind of all over the place with the structure of the story and kind of throwing in as much as possible. Like there's a bunch of duels, a bunch of people dueling different people. The main villain isn't properly set up enough for me to kind of care about him ruining Kaiba's W and showing up to get tanked by Yami in the worst possible conditions. Like Yami is out of cards, didn't draw any monster cards when his last turn, had one face down card, and then 2 spell cards. I don't think he uses those cards correctly. Passes his turn, plays his trap card to play another trap card to, or no, he plays the spell card to bring Monster Reborn, plays Monster Reborn to bring back Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, have it destroy the Pyramid of Light because Anubis is weakened, plays the trap card to play Kaiba's trap card to actually play Kaiba's win. If Anubis just ended his turn, he would have won the duel.
Yeah.
So Anubis lost in quite a few ways. It all makes sense, though, with Kaiba's hubris that he would even use a card like Pyramid of Life and not realizing he was dealing with ancient Egyptian magic to cause this downfall. And how is he supposed to know when all he had to go off was Yami yelling at him while he thinks it's a ploy to stop him from being while being influenced by like said evil guy? There are a lot of cool monster cards, like new shiny, like a brand new shiny Dark Magician card, a brand new shiny Blue Eyes White Dragon card. Like there was a lot of cool cards in this movie that I thought enhanced my viewing experience. So the film was kind of justified as a moneymaker for the card game. I think like with most Yu-Gi-Oh things that are not based within the Takahashi story, it's like everything has a cool idea or concept that just they do not know how to flesh out as like a proper story unless Takahashi is involved, which is weird because all you have to do is just make a shonen battle manga but use cards and just make sure the characters all have like a reason for being there. And, like if Anubis was maybe like actually more focused as the main villain, it wasn't like Kaiba going to get these special cards, which, okay, we can talk about that now. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon as a god killer? Like, this is what I want to talk about. Or like, it's like, so
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
What were the cards? So it was that card that he had that only could be used by Kaiba, even though he doesn't quote unquote deserve it, is what Pegasus said. And then Pyramid of Light.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess there was an idea that Blue Eyes Shining Dragon could just get stronger than the gods, but like even in the movie, Blue Eyes Shining Dragon's strongest was on par with Ultimate Dragon.
No, I think it went up to 5,000 because I think the Spear Dragon, which did Kaiba rip that up? Remember, like it was card demise and he had to like discard one of the cards and it was Spear Dragon and it like he ripped it, like got guillotined, but you could see the card like flying in half around him.
I think that may have just been a representation.
Nah, he ripped that card up.
All right, sure.
He was willing to rip up a Blue Eyes card. What's a measly little Spear Dragon? Checkmate.
All right, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Oh, can I watch?
$2,000.
I think if $3,000. But yeah, that I don't think that made sense. I feel like you could have at least like had to be like, oh wait, I was joking. There isn't actually a card to do it. So how did you find one, or whatever? And then just had him have Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. Like, who cares? But either way, like maybe having Anubis be more present, or at least like set up like more of his history with the Pharaoh or things like that to make me kind of care about him more as a villain. Probably would have been nice, especially because like a lot of it was like Kaiba just obsessing over Yugi, and like Kaiba is obsessed with beating Yugi. Yes, but in this one, it felt uncharacteristic how the lengths he would go to do this.
Yeah, because Kaiba cares a lot about like his own power being how he does things. So it's weird that he was like, I'm gonna use these two other shits that I beat up a 22-year-old man for. I guess I was gonna say old man, but I remember Pegasus is stupid young.
Yeah, he just looks stupid old, and they kind of establish him in the
I'm gonna beat up
like
this
older.
foppish widower about it.
Yeah, it's just it's a little weird, and I get like at some point he's influenced by Anubis, but he wouldn't be like this. Like, I have to do all these dual simulations to beat him. That is very characteristically like Kaiba out of Yu-Gi-Oh, because Kaiba within like the main story, the Takahashi story, he has a lot of respect for Yugi, and the way he talks in this one, he makes it seem like Yugi's a fraud for being a winner, which is weird. Like, Kaiba definitely wants to beat Yugi, and that's like the rival thing. But the way he makes it sound like he has a real chip on his shoulder that Yugi ever beat anyone to begin with, which is not true. Kaiba has helped Yugi win, once, maybe twice, and like has been beaten by Yugi twice in very fair matches. Like nothing was ever like bullshit about his Yugi's wins. Like Exodia is a fair played card. He got all the pieces and won. He beat his Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon with Dark Paladin. Like all makes sense. So the way they kind of set Kaiba up in the story is just a little bit more uncharacteristic, even though he is a fantastic shit talker in this movie. Him and Pegasus have this like shit talking bout for the entire time they're like facing each other, and when they're dueling, that just absolutely rules. Other things I said were like the gang is great for the most part, fun little movie, love the nostalgia I felt watching after so many years. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I feel like that's a fair for my viewing experience. It's a fun Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Not something I think I would show anyone who wants to get into the card game or get into the anime. But if you have watched and like the stuff in the anime, you're gonna like this movie. There's hard not to like this movie.
Yeah, I mean, feels a little generous, but we are a biased audience about it.
I only gave it really like a 7 out of 10 in the sense of like if you are a fan of this movie or like a fan of this series, which I am. That's like my personal, like if I was to give it like a critic score, like outside looking in, it'd probably be more like a 4. But I'm giving it the 7 because of my viewing experience of it and I'm like I said, it is more of a fan movie. Pegasus plays all the tune hits and some new ones. I wrote Joey could have been a contender. I could have been a contender. I don't know. This movie was great, and I had a lot of fun watching it, and it's better than most Yu-Gi-Oh! Filler stuff.
Yeah. Also, it's shorter than most Yu-Gi-Oh! Filler stuff.
Oh my god, it's perfect. It's perfect, an hour and a half. You get to do the thing, he fights a whatever villain and goes home. I did think the whole, like, Anubis becoming a giant monster felt a little redundant, though.
Yeah, that was a little dumb.
You have the big cool scene with the Egyptian god cards. The cool move happens. Yugi beats this guy against all the odds and everything, and then suddenly he's back again. It's kind of stupid.
Oh, you broke my fancy pyramid, but you didn't fuck up the little orb, did you?
Didn't poke me in the eye. Fuck you. No, it was cool. Do you have any other thoughts? Because I think I kind of said everything I want to say about it.
You know, I think I kind of said all there was to say when I talked about Sphinx Telea. So probably best I don't say more.
I think you just kind of want to elaborate further. No, it's like that David Lynch meme, R.I.P. Yeah, so we finished that up. So that's one episode. So in our, I guess, kind of moving on, I'm going to kind of take the reins in this next episode that we do and talk about something else that happens in between Battle City and the final arc or whatever arcs we're about to go into. And something I was kind of surprised they didn't actually take any like anime based off of it. Then I realized this was done after everything was said and done with the anime and the show, so it makes more sense now. We're going to be covering the manga spin-off series Yu-Gi-Oh! R, which is not done by Takahashi. It's done by, I forget the manga's name, so I'll be sure to remember that for the episode. Which is a story about proteges of Pegasus, or at least a protege of Pegasus, who believes that Yugi killed Pegasus and wants to take revenge. And it's very interesting, and we'll kind of divulge on that further next episode. And Phoenix will kind of go sit there and go, interesting. Okay, let's move on.
And this is called Duel Monsters?
And it's called Yu-Gi-Oh! R. It is Duel Monsters. I just finished reading it. I'm going to probably read it again before the next episode, just so I can make sure I got everything. But so far, it was overall pretty cool. I'll say that. Overall, not the best thing, but not the worst thing.
But it's more thing.
It is more thing, and we'll talk about that more thing next time.
But first,
you gotta give your social medias.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/PhoenixFarce, YouTube.com/PhoenixFarce, PhoenixFarce. You can find me. I play games, usually card games, sometimes other stuff. Yay. Where do you exist in the internet?
You can find me currently at APAPSRGPAPPSRGI on Instagram. art stuff, music stuff. Probably gonna get off those soon, so maybe by the time this airs, that I might be different, but I will change that up wherever I need to change it up for whatever episodes I need to change them up for. And then you can find us Kuribros at Kuribros on Instagram, at the _Kuribros on Twitter, hopefully Blue Sky at this point. And you can find us on YouTube at the Kuribros. I need to finish editing, putting up all the episodes. I'm really behind on that. Okay, that's it. We're signing off. My name's Andy.
I'm Phoenix.
Giddy up and Pyramid of Light.
What's your offer?